industry, I started building lowriders, and then all of a sudden I graduated and started building custom cars, meaning any kind of car. It could be a brand new car with wheels on it, stereo, etc. Anything that's custom to it makes it a custom car. So I'm gonna roll through this real quick. I grew up in Compton, California. That's the home of lowriding right there. They got more lowriders in Compton, California, Compton, Washington, LA than anywhere. That was one of my cars there. Y'all know them two guys, right?
Yep.
They helped me to make this industry, lowriding, huge, a huge multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, just dealing with the old classic cars. When they're talking about lowriders, you're talking about a billion-dollar industry. When you're talking about classic and custom cars, you're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry. This is me in front of Mom's house growing up. Had a lowrider.
I was 65.
62 right there. Come on, man, y'all gotta know this stuff. That's what's going on. Okay. Anybody know what that one is?
A 73.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
That's a 66. That's my first shop right there. First lowrider shop I ever had. I started doing gold plate, so y'all heard of first class Norman Lewis first class limousine?
Yeah.
That was a partner of mine. When he found out I opened up my shop, he started sending limousines down there to me to do. And that really helped my business out, because it was kind of like, he's a multi-millionaire, big-time businessman, and he just reached back and helped his little buddy out. And all of a sudden, I started doing business because people looking at all these limousines I'm working on, right? So that's why it pays to network with other business owners. So it's another one of those limos. They call me a pioneer of the lowriding industry, because I was the first person that ever fixed a wire wheel where everybody was messing them up and decided to go buy a new one. I was the guy that said, I'm gonna figure out how to fix these wheels. When I turned around and did something different that no one else was doing, what you guys think happened?
Everybody came to you.
Absolutely. I had the monopoly on it for about a good year and a half straight. Now this is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, and you got all kind of people riding around talking about we the rim repair specialists. So once I started repairing those wheels, I turned around and I realized, I said I could start doing green and different colors to match the cars. That opened up a whole nother industry. Just making wheels custom, matching paints and doing everything different. So I was the first person. I started this wheel company called Compton Wire Wheels because I had all of these parts. Does anyone know what that makes me? Since I started my own rim business?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Not just an entrepreneur, but a manufacturer. Y'all know what that is? Someone who makes stuff. A manufacturer is always the person that creates a lot of jobs. A manufacturer can make a whole city. So if I opened up, when I started manufacturing wheels, I ended up seeing, I probably had over 100 people working for me just putting those wheels together. Now there's thousands of people all around the world that build these wheels everywhere. So I didn't lost touch of how many people were actually doing it now, because it's grown so big. This is one of my shops I had. Once the business took off, I started opening up different shops. A lot of people never took these cars serious. They didn't realize this is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry restoring these old lowriders. But restoring classic cars is one of the hugest industries ever. Because people all around the world, no matter how much money they have, they got some type of old classic car. It could be an old Chevy Impala, or it could be an old Lamborghini, an old Ferrari, an old Mercedes. They have old classic cars. So restoring them is a huge industry. This is another one of my shops. I realized, I said, I'm making more money starting different shops in different areas. I was the first person that figured out to say, you know what? I'll probably make some money if I start making these frames by themselves, not on the car. So I started a chrome suspension rolling chassis exchange for people who didn't want to bring their car in. They just wanted to buy the part and leave. So I saved people like 2 to 3 years from working on their cars, because people didn't know, where can I get this stuff welded at? Who does all this welding, and which parts do I weld? Welding is a huge industry in this business. It makes up almost 60% of this industry. All of this stuff on top of this frame is custom welding, where we took extra metal and welded on the frame. And you have a lot of people who get paid top dollar, making 6 and 7 figures a year, sitting in their garages welding these frames for these old Chevy Impalas. When I was making them, I probably was selling like 20 of them a month. So what made them do this article on me? This is Boulevard magazines, because I was the one who started this. I also said, hey, I can put you a brand new Corvette engine on there, and said a brand new Corvette engine on there, chromed out and matching the color of the car as well. Candy burgundy, candy green, yellow, pink, whatever color you want, I can do it. So that opened up a huge industry, and I would sell these frames anywhere. Say if this guy said, I want this candy red with a Corvette engine candy on there, I'll say, give me $40,000. Just for the frame and the engine. So does anyone know what trades it takes to put this frame together with an engine?
Welding.
Welding, what else?
Auto.
Who? Auto mechanics. You gotta know about auto mechanics to put a motor together. So these are things that we're sleeping on in the school system, meaning the guy that I paid to put that motor together, all he did was sit there and put this together on the frame. It took him a few hours. I think I gave the guy about $1,000 because it was a brand new Corvette engine and everybody can't work on those. But it's all about trial and error. So I'm gonna kind of run through this. So as you guys can see, I kind of blew up really fast when I did it. So I started running full page ads, letting people around the world know, hey, I'm the only one doing this. Look what I got. Where all my competitors, they were building whole cars, letting you know, oh, I can jump higher than everybody. I was like, forget that. Y'all can do all the jumping. I want to do all the building.